The number one and most cardinal rule of social media crisis management is fight your battle, defend yourself, prove your innocence on your ground zero. Your ground zero being the very platform in which you are being antagonized. This means that if your traducers have brought the battle to you on Twitter, for instance, you must first defend yourself, provide receipts, evidence, and proof of your innocence on that same Twitter. Don't say, because I'm going to go to court, I will forget about Twitter. I made this mistake once in my life, one I will never repeat again. And I tell you why. The people who defame or antagonize you most times have absolutely no desire for any legal justice. They only want to use their numbers to defame, and have you cancelled on social media. And so, what they do is leave a digital trail of negativity about you. In 15 years, you know what they say, how, social media never forgets, the internet never forgets. In 15 years' time, 20 years' time, that trail is still there about you. Therefore, you must leave also evidence of your innocence, evidence of the facts of the matter on that same platform, so that tomorrow when people go to search for these things, they see the lies that have been told about you, then they see evidence of not just your innocence, but of the fact that these people are liars and manipulators in equal measure. That way, either you prove your innocence enough for people to adjust their perspective about the matter, or at least have the opportunity to, judge fairly. Because otherwise, don't listen to people advising you to be the bigger person, be the bigger person. No, it's not always the case. Because these things, when they do these things to you, it affects business, it affects work. People have gotten sacked on false rape accusations. If you remember the beggar to Ajar story back in the day, we were told that the guy had lost his job already. He only got back his job, was reinstated to that job after he provided evidence. Another reason why it's important that you provide that evidence immediately is because, you see, bad news spreads like wildfire. Your antagonists, they know this. So they use their numbers to make sure that there's traction for what they are putting out about you. If you delay a little bit, the chances are that by the time you're going to put the real truth out there, most people who saw the trending negative news are no longer available to see your side of the story. And for those who get to see it, most of them will end up being either your own friends who have no traction, or the friends of your antagonist. And those ones, they will unlook, they refuse to engage so that you don't have traction. So make sure that your response is swift and very hard. Never allow the enemy to have space to maneuver. Fight that battle there even before you head to court. And also be certain that evidence you put out is the fact of the matter. Do not use lies to fight battles like this. It will backfire more often than not. Trust me, it will backfire. Let me not leave without letting you know that there is a scenario where you can, delay your defense in matters like this, where you see that you can bait the enemy and allow them to sink themselves, soak themselves totally in the stew of their own lies. The public might not yet know that those are lies. You're allowing the enemy win, the first waves of attack, so that they can drive themselves to a point of no return before you hit them. So in that scenario, what you do is you drop ambiguous, statements like, only God knows the truth. The world may be against me, but my God is just. and people, you become formless like water. And the foolish ones amongst your enemies, when you begin to do that, they see you as weak and defenseless. And so they continue to churn out more content that are false against you so they can press advantage. When you have let them come to a certain point where they can no longer adjust their lies and their tweets, boom, you drop evidence, you hit them hard, you do not give them room to maneuver. No sleep for the wicked. Do not let them maneuver. That way, when you drop them, their fall is total and there's no comeback. If you want to be left alone totally, you can do that to them. That way, they don't just leave you alone. The impact of such a defeat means that they stop bullying other people too. So you'll be saving not just yourself, but other people. And finally, don't be a bigger person. You see the social media in today's world. Don't allow anybody convince you to be the bigger person. Because you see, this space has no respect for the meek. The dogs are eating dogs out here. You need to be as equally dangerous as you love peace. It's good to be peaceful. Mind your business, do your thing, your work to the best of your ability. But when they come for you, do not think that they have the conscience that speaks to them when you respond by being humble and meek. They will eat you and chew you raw and spit you out of their mouths. So what you must do is give back that which is given to you in greater measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. If you ever want to be left alone, this is what you must do. Look at the biggest names out there. They are all only able to breathe when they give that which is given to them. Don't listen, no, don't be a bigger person. Sometimes the impact of what's done to you is not going to show today. In 5 years' time, you'll look back and wish you had responded. It happened to me, and I wish I had stayed on that same platform to respond. Don't make the mistakes that I made. Don't make the mistakes that other naive people are making today. Don't be the bigger person. The onus is on your antagonist to either not lie, and where they have told lies against you, to have the maturity to call, or the repentance to come and admit that they have lied against you. Otherwise, give out everything you have and prove yourself. I am the Lion of Jada. I help VIPs and organizations to strategize and manage crises like this and so much more. And I also train, and handle workshops for organizations. Tomorrow we'll be discussing how to arrange WhatsApp messages. Also another very crucial part of social media warfare. Until then, well, bye.